Is there a silent room that can drive you crazy?
There's a room in the United States that is so eerily quiet, it can make you hear things that aren't real. Located at Orfield Laboratories in Minnesota, this room is called the quietest place on Earth. Imagine stepping into a space where you can even hear the sound of your blood flowing. But here's the catch. It's so silent that staying in there becomes a challenge. The longest anyone has lasted in this pure silence is just 45 minutes. The reason? When there's no noise around, our brains aren't used to it. We're always surrounded by sounds, cars buzzing, phones ringing, people talking. But in this room, the silence can get overwhelming, causing hallucinations and making time alone with our thoughts a little too intense. It's a fascinating spot that tests the limits of how silence can affect our minds. So, would you dare to sit in the quietest room for more than 45 minutes, just by yourself with your thoughts?
Can insects walk on water?
What if I told you that some insects can actually stroll on water like it's solid ground? No kidding. Meet the water strider, a tiny creature with superpowers. These little guys can skate across rivers and ponds thanks to their unique legs. The secret? It's all about the surface tension of water. You know how water can kind of stick to itself? That's surface tension. And water striders have legs that are so lightweight and spread out, they don't break this sticky water layer. It's like they have invisible water shoes. Isn't that nuts? They zip across the water so fast, they could probably win a gold medal in Insect Olympics. Just imagine spotting these little water walkers next time you're near a pond. Bet you'll look at them differently, now knowing they walk on water like mini magicians.
How do cacti survive in the scorching desert?
When you think of a desert, you probably picture a vast, scorching landscape, right? But amidst this extreme heat, cacti stand tall and thrive. How do these spiky plants survive where others can barely live? Well, cacti are the ultimate survival experts of the plant world. Their thick, fleshy stems store precious water. And those sharp spines, they're not just for defense. They also cast tiny shadows, slowing water loss from the plant's surface. Even more amazing is their root system. Unlike most plants, cacti roots spread out wide rather than deep, capturing any rain that dares to fall in the drought-stricken soil. But wait, there's a twist. Cacti are also night owls. Their stoma, tiny pores on their skin, open up at night to take in carbon dioxide, minimizing water loss in the harsh desert sun. It's a unique adaptation called crassulacean acid metabolism, or CAM for short. And that's how these prickly survivors make the most out of living in one of Earth's toughest neighborhoods. So, next time you're feeling parched, remember the cacti, the unrivaled champions of water conservation.
Can you see time with your mind?
Imagine being able to see time, not just on a clock, but everywhere, in colors and shapes swirling around you. Sounds like a superhero power, right? But this is real for some people. It's called synesthesia. For them, time isn't an abstract concept. It's a sensory experience. Let's say someone has time-space synesthesia. They might see months of the year as a circular shape around them, each month a different hue. Monday could be red, Friday might be blue, and the year could spin like a carousel. It's like their brain adds an extra layer to reality, painting time in vivid colors and shapes. This might sound magical, but it's actually just a rare condition involving the mixing of senses in the brain. While most of us just look at our watches, these people have a living calendar and clock right in their mind's eye. Makes you wonder, what if we could all unlock such secrets within our brains? The human mind is truly an enigma, rich with mysteries still waiting to be explored.
The cosmic creature with a supernova punch.
What if I told you there's an animal right here on Earth with a punch faster than a speeding bullet? Meet the mantis shrimp, a colorful critter that might not seem like much at first glance, but it packs a wallop like no other. This small creature, with its vibrant claws, punches so hard and fast, it can break aquarium glass with a single hit. Now, why should you care about the punch of a shrimp, you wonder? Well, it's not just about raw power. This tiny boxer's punch is so speedy, it actually creates a shockwave under the sea, which can knock its prey out cold. Even cooler, the science behind this super punch is helping engineers create better, safer materials for us humans. So next time you see a mantis shrimp, remember, it's not just another pretty face in the sea, but a mini superhero with a cosmic knockout punch. Who knew the ocean's boxing ring was hiding right beneath the waves?
How can a lake be underwater? Dive in to uncover the mystery.
Imagine diving into the ocean, expecting to see the usual fish, corals, maybe a shipwreck. But suddenly, you discover something completely unexpected: an underwater lake. Yes, you heard right, a lake under the sea. Now, you're probably scratching your head, wondering, how can a lake exist under the ocean? Let's uncover this mind-blowing fact. Deep down on the ocean floor, in places like the Gulf of Mexico, there are bodies of water known as brine pools. These pools are super salty, much more than the surrounding sea. Because of the high salt content, the water in these pools is denser and doesn't mix with the ocean water. It's like oil and water, they just don't blend together. These brine pools can have their own shores, waves, and even a mirror-like surface. It's an otherworldly sight, and something most of us would never imagine could exist. What's more fascinating is that these underwater lakes have their ecosystems, with unique species adapted to the harsh conditions. So, next time you take a dip in the sea, just think, there might be a hidden lake beneath you, waiting to be explored. Isn't our planet just full of surprises?
Can birds predict volcano eruptions? The unseen sentinel in the skies.
Now I know what you're thinking. Birds have superpowers? Well, sort of. There's something thrillingly unexplainable about our feathered friends that could save thousands of lives. Picture this, a volcano on the brink of eruption. Smoke billows from its crater, and the ground trembles underfoot. It seems like nature is keeping its deadly whisper quiet, right? But there's a certain someone who may already be ahead of the game: the birds. Scientists have found that some birds might be able to sense when a volcano is about to erupt. How is this possible? It's believed that birds can detect the subtle changes happening inside the volcano thanks to their acute senses. They feel the vibrations and hear the infrasound, a low-frequency rumble that precedes an eruption. So what do? They fly away, of course, which can signal the locals to evacuate. This gives the early bird catches the worm a whole new meaning. This survival instinct could potentially give us humans a heads up, possibly leading to the development of new prediction methods inspired by these aerial sentinels. Nature's very own alarm system might be flapping right above us, keeping watch. Isn't it astonishing how nature works, with all living things connected in a delicate yet vital web?
Did you know trees can walk? Meet the incredible walking palms.
Imagine walking through a dense, tropical rainforest, and you come across a tree that seems different. It's almost as if it has legs. It sounds like something from a fantasy novel, right? But this is real life, my friends. These trees are called walking palms or cashew trees. So what's their secret? Well, when these trees' roots find it hard to get nutrients, or when the soil around them erodes, they do something amazing. They grow new roots that stretch out across the forest floor like toes. And as these roots slowly reach into the earth and gather strength, something phenomenal happens. The older roots die off, and the tree effectively walks to a new position where it stands a better chance at survival. Scientists say they can move up to a few centimeters per year. No, they don't sprint or jog, but for a tree, that's pretty speedy. So next time you're wandering around the wonders of the wild, keep your eyes peeled for those sneaky, moving trees.
Is there a color too complex for your eyes? Unveil the secret of impossible colors.
Now you think you've seen all the colors, right? From the basic red, blue, and green to the fancy turquoise, magenta, and lavender. But there's a hue out there that your eyes, yes, your eyes, can't normally process. It's called an impossible color, and scientists are still scratching their heads over it. So how impossible are we talking? Turns out, very. Our eyes have 3 types of color receptors for red, green, and blue. These receptors mix the signals and send them to our brain to create the spectrum of colors we usually see. But impossible colors, like reddish-green or yellowish-blue, occur when our cones are stimulated in a way that the brain can't interpret under normal lighting conditions. Some experiments, however, have tricked the brain into seeing them through a method called binocular rivalry, where each eye is shown conflicting colors. Want to blow your mind with what colors you're missing out on? Stick around as we dive deeper into the world of colors you never knew existed.
You won't believe what hummingbirds can do.
Here's a cool thing you may not know about hummingbirds. These tiny birds are known for their amazing flying skills, right? But did you know that they are the only birds that can fly backwards? That's right. Hummingbirds have a unique ball and socket joint at the shoulder that allows their wings to rotate 180 degrees in all directions. This means that not only can they hover in place by moving their wings in a figure-8 pattern, but they can also fly straight up, down, or even upside down. And when they need to take a quick break, they can perch upright and still keep their balance. Imagine being able to glide backward without even looking. Pretty cool, huh? Plus, they can flap their wings about 80 times per second, which is super fast. Their wings beat so fast that they make a humming noise, and that's how they got their name. Keep following me for more fun facts.